Hey guys, I want to show you some of my favorite blank journals today, and I have been trying to make a blank journal collection video, but I'm almost back to 100 blank journals, and it's such a long video. I'm thinking about redoing it for the billionth time, but anyway, my first favorite blank journal is this one. I've had this one since 2007, and I used to when I would get a journal, I would do an about me page and kind of a summary of that semester, just recent time around when I got the journal. So I have a few pages from 2007 here, which is kind of fun to look back on now. And then in the back of journals, I do an autograph page where I sign my name every now and then when I'm looking through that journal. Usually it's for ones that are written in, but since I wrote a little bit in here, I've got 12 years of my signature and see how my handwriting's changed over time. So I'm kind of waiting for the right time to use this one. But some of my favorites, it's an old paper blanks one. And then this one I gave myself last year. I graduated one program at school last year, and then I graduated in another school program this year, like this month actually. And then I'm starting a third new school program in a week, if that works out. And I'm still trying to finish my degree from my original school, but at least making some educational progress in the meanwhile. And I bought myself this to celebrate last year. This one's really pretty. I put what is this? Rodeo dotted paper in here. I've never tried dotted paper, so this will be interesting to use. But the ones that come with these, this is an Oberon one, and they have two different sizes. The ones that come with the refills automatically in it can fit a Rodeo web notebook. I take this, yes, Rodeo. But the ones that they have a large moleskin cover, and then they have the normal one that comes with a refill. So this is the one with a refill that fits the medium Rodeo, and the paper that comes with these is not very good. It's thick enough, but it's bleach white, so I don't like writing in those. It doesn't stay open well. So I got the Rodeo in here, and I haven't tried one of those yet, and I've never tried a dot grid either. So I kind of like these when they're soft cover, so this will be nice to use at some point. And then this one I'd wanted for years. This was back in 2006, fall 2006, when I first started journaling regularly. I'd gone to Barnes & Noble and I saw these fancy journals like this, and they were really expensive, and I ended up getting a brown leather wrapped traveler's journal instead. It was the cheapest one that they had that was leather. It was like $19.99, and these were, I want to say, like 30 something in Barnes & Noble. So I didn't get one. They eventually stopped having them in store. They stopped selling them at Barnes & Noble, and I finally found one of these online last year. So I'm really excited about this. I've been wanting one for so many years, like 12 years. It's got the gold edging. I almost used this last year, but I decided to wait. I'm trying to use journals that really fit with the type of journaling I do at the time, like the type of paper, the size, and just make sure I really want to use that one so I don't end up like rushing through it and not enjoying it. Oh yeah, and I was going to do kind of a life update. So I still am trying to figure out the pen paling thing. I'm trying to figure out what city I want to live in. Could move at least a few times this year, so I need to figure out a static address. And one of my contract jobs went away recently, so there went like a third of my income. But thankfully my other contract job seems to be going okay. Where's some wood to knock on? Fake wood, we'll have to hear real wood. Seems to have like enough tasks right now. Hopefully that lasts. I just need it to last until school starts next month. My local job's going good. I've had a really hard time focusing lately, and depression's kind of been kicking my ass, and anxiety's been kicking my ass a little bit more than I realized for a while. I used to take some supplements that personally helped me with depression a little bit, and just anxiety and everything. And I hadn't really taken those since last fall. I think I ran out, and I was like, meh, it's probably not doing much. So I didn't take anything, and then lately I'm like, oh my god. And it's like everything started to feel a little bit like, I just kind of felt more bummed out than usual. I have a lot going on and a lot to be like legitimately heartbroken about, but there's a little bit of depression creeping in there too. Thankfully not like it was like 4 or 5 years ago, where it was just like everything was just overwhelmingly like despairish. So it's not that bad. It's just like I noticed it coming back a little bit, and it's hard to concentrate. My ADD sucks, So anyway, the other night I did an online. I saw a doctor online and got antidepressants, and I should get those in the mail soon so I can try that and see if that helps. And the antidepressant I got has an off-label use of of ADD, ADHD use, so hopefully that'll help. Because I've been drinking so much soda that to try to be able to concentrate and focus and stay awake and have any energy at all, that I kind of gained some weight this year. And usually my weight's to stay the same for so many years, so I just can't concentrate. It's frustrating, and I do stuff like making a typo, and I can't function like that. My jobs are too tedious, and one of them, if you don't have like a 99.9% accuracy rate that's just automatically done by computer, you're instantly fired, like just by the software. And that's my contract job, so I have to like find some way to focus. And healthcare here sucks. It's impossible to see a reasonably skilled psychiatrist like the same month. So hopefully, like off-label antidepressant will like slightly help with that, mixed in with a little bit of caffeine. But yeah, I've been trying to fix like a lot of my life in general. When you have like long-term depression, like I had for so many years, a lot of stuff gets postponed, and you're just trying to survive. So a lot of the other things, like continuing your education or focusing on your career or fixing your finances or fixing your car AC or whatever, like I had thought so many things, like so many things just had to wait for so many years when I was just like so deeply depressed, like 4 or 5 years ago, that when you start coming out of like that level of depression, it's suffocating and hellish to try to like fix so many years worth of shit that you have to catch up on. So that's kind of like been like overwhelming me in general too. But anyway, I realize it's a random thing to add to a video, but I have to add in a life update somewhere. Anyway, next favorite blank journal is this one, and I actually used one of these last year, and I loved it. The leather smells amazing. The other one I had didn't look as, like, the leather wasn't as dark. This one at least looks a little bit different. The page edging, it's got deckled page edging, which I really hate because this crap gets all over everything. And I just don't see the point of it. I mean, it looks fine, but it's kind of weird. It feels weird. I don't like it. But the paper's nice, and the leather smells really good, and the leather's nice. And when I used this one last year, it was so inspiring, and then I filled it in like a month. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. So last year I was filling journals about every month or 2 tops. I filled, I think, at least 10 last year, and this year I filled none so far. And let me know if you want a video on that. I was kind of thinking about making a video and just talking about like the waves of journaling and the journaling slumps, and how that's like kind of just a natural, like, healthy thing to do. I mean, I kind of have been avoiding writing some of the time just because I wasn't ready to deal with some of the stuff that I had to talk about. But part of it was just I dealt with so much last year that I didn't really need to to write as much this year. So I think it's normal to have journaling slumps anyway. But yeah, this one can't wait to use. And for all you 90s kids out there, my next favorite is this Lisa Frank one. And it's from the 90s, and it cracks me up. I'll definitely have to be in the right mood to use these nostalgic ones. But these just make me happy. I'm pretty much obsessed with the 90s. It was just like a good time in life. I still had family. I still had, or at least the majority of them around. More of them around anyway. And things were just better overall in my life, so I'm obsessed with the 90s. It was my childhood, so that was nostalgic just for that. But yeah, Sanrio and Lisa Frank were my life. This one has a decorative. I didn't think it was, oh, it's not locked, it's just kind of hard open. Pages are decorative. And this one, another Lisa Frank vintage. This one has the cloud pages also. I've been really tempted to use these at least a few times now, but still waiting for the right time. This one I'd also wanted for years. Probably at least a decade ago, I had a matching passport cover of this, and I don't know where it is now, but I've always loved this design and always wanted one of these. And it's one of those huge ones. I'll probably add an elastic, and I might even thin it out just a little bit, because the one of these that I filled so far, I thinned out and it worked a lot better, because it's just so physically heavy. It makes it kind of hard to write in. But I'm glad to have one of these, because these are getting a little bit harder to find in the store, I've noticed. I don't know what that accent was, but this one was another one that Barnes & Noble used to sell, and it was one of the, like, their nicest ones, and I never could swing it, and I always wanted it. So I found someone randomly selling it online this year, and I can't wait to use this one. I was almost tempted to use it as an additional journal on top of what I'm currently using. It's got gold edging. This design is from at least a decade ago. I want to say it was probably from like 2005. I don't know if it actually says in the back. It's a Fiorentina one. Oh, and these were $59 in store. I didn't pay that because I bought it from someone previously owned online, but they don't sell these anymore, and it's a really pretty old design. Or they don't sell it at Barnes & Noble anyway. It's like bronze and gold, and it's really pretty. And then another one I got that I always wanted to do, another with the fancy Barnes & Noble one, is this green one, and they've had these at least since 2006, because I always wanted one, and when I tried to find one in recent years, they'd stopped selling them for so long that this took me forever to find. I bought this from someone too. It's gigantic. I want to say it's at least 6x8, maybe 6x9. They have the marble leather. This one's got white pages on the edge instead of gold. It's got this, it's a refillable one. But yeah, this one's tempting to use this year too. I'm using that, okay, so I got that Tree and Sunset one that I wanted for 5 years. Finally, I bought it also for use from someone recently. So that's my current one, and that one really might last the rest of the year. If I finish that one, then I might use this one or this one. I was kind of tempted to use multiple at the same time just because I can't wait to use so many of these, and I don't want to kind of like wish time away, like wish my life away, just so I can hurry up and use these. So that's what I was kind of thinking about, like being able to slow down and enjoy each journal and just have multiple go at the same time. This is another, I swear I don't know about stock in Barnes & Noble or anything. Did they even have stock? I'm pretty sure they do. But anyway, this one's another one I got there. They don't have this one there anymore either. It's an antique antique lock journal, and this lock does fall. I did have to super glue that back on. This is a pretty large journal. I think it's 6x9 maybe? I'm pretty sure it's 6x9. There's an out one that's the same size as this that I've got waiting also. I stuck an eye in there, and this one's another Italy one with the kind of nice thicker paper. And I've got two more, just like a bonus of this. These are two of my oldest journals I've got, and I've had these since I was a kid. This one I did used as we went to the Olympics with like a teen group I was involved in. We volunteered there, like distributed water and crap like that. So this one's one of the like youth workers or whatever brought us all journals, and we got to pick one. I picked this one. So I've got some notes in here from back then. I only filled maybe 15 pages or something, but it's cool to have that in there. And then I have some random people's addresses that I've had this for at least 20 years. It says like where I met these people. They were going to be my pen pals. I'm pretty sure we never read each other. And then the teen group, I got a nickname Kids Meal Kid. I mean, I was a kid, so it shouldn't have been that shocking that I was a kids meal purchaser. But anyway, I've had that one so long that I'm going to use that at some point. And this one was another youth thing. For some reason, people just take journals and write notes in it during this youth organization youth group thing when I was a kid. And this only has like 10, 15 pages filled, but it's cool to have anyway. These are old marking C.R. Gibson ones, and I like that I wrote my name in the front of these, so at least like I can see my handwriting and stuff have changed, and the paper's pretty white, but yeah, I've been tempted to use this one especially because this one I use more in like later high school. I think I got it when I was pretty young, but I didn't really use it. And oh yeah, there's one more. That naturally would happen. I have all my journals on the shelf, and it's just a normal bookshelf, so it's kind of open on the end. Not kind of. It's open on the edge ends, and stuff always falls off. But this is another journal that I've had since high school, and I did a summer semester at a college when I was in high school, and it was across the country, and my mother got me this to document my time there, and I did not document it at all. But I did stick in a few like receipts and travel stubs and all that kind of thing in here, or at least a handful of it. So it's kind of fun to have that. I stuck in a photo from back then, and the texture of this was so weird that I put Mod Podge over it, and now I can actually touch it, because before then it just had such a gross texture that I could not touch the journal, so it's kind of probably why I didn't use it. It's also like this weird paper, and this stuff is pretty like for letters. I think this would be kind of nice, but I don't like texture paper for journaling at all, so I never use this thing, and I've been really tempted to just because it's so old at this point, like me, and nostalgic. Even though I didn't use it, it's got some crap from back then, and a few postcards, and just like I saw it sitting on the desk all summer, so I remember it pretty well. And then I put this thing from a magazine, Aging Seems to Happen Overnight. I'll set my camera, that's great. Anyway, those are my favorite blanks journals, my oldest journals that I've got. Yeah, let me know if you have any video requests or if you like this video at all. And have a good weekend. Okay, bye.